Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So today we'll be talking about the 5 key aspects that determines your credit profile. You don't want to miss this. So let's jump right into it. The 5 key aspects that determines your credit profile, first and foremost, would be payment history. Payment history accounts for 35% of your score. Payment history is categorized as what we call installment credit, auto loans, personal loans, student loans, medical bills, anything that pretty much reports to the credit bureaus monthly falls in this category. Being that payment history accounts for 35% of your score, one late payment can knock your score back 100 points. So in the process of building your credit score or allowing someone else to help you build your credit scores, you won't want to have any late payments to anything that reports to the bureaus. And of course, you're not actually late until you're 30 days late. So if you're 10 days behind, no fret. A lot of people get anxiety about, oh, I'm late paying it, so forget about it. I'm not gonna pay it or whatnot. But you're not actually late on credit until you're 30 days late. All right. So going on to the next. The next key aspect in terms of your credit profile is utilization. Utilization accounts for 30% of your score. Utilization is basically categorized as what we call your DTI, your debt to income ratio. That's a term I want you guys to remember, especially if you're interested in buying homes. Your DTI is very important. You want to keep your debt to income ratio as low as possible. And with that being said, coincidentally, if you have credit cards, you also want to keep that utilization below a 30% threshold. So what that means is if you have $1,000 credit card, your actual limit on that card is $300. If you have a $300 credit card, your limit on that card is actually $100. So anything over that 30% utilization negatively affects your score. Keep that in mind. But here's the kicker. Remember that 35% payment history I was telling you about? Now combine that with that 30% utilization, and what you have is 65% of what we call revolving credit. Do you know what revolving credit is? I'm going to give you a little time to answer. Still don't know. So what revolving credit is, just a fancy word for credit cards. A lot of financial institutions try to talk over our heads, and that's why this is uncommon knowledge. But revolving credit is just a fancy word for credit cards. So if you don't know the terminology, anytime you hear a financial institution mention revolving credit going from this day forward, excuse me, that means credit cards. All right. So being that revolving credit account for 65% of your score, that means credit cards account for 65% of your score. So mind you, credit cards are very important. Anytime you open a credit card, you never want to let it close out. I will do a video coming up on teaching you how to use those credit cards, how to spend those credit cards in order to maximize credit building. I can show you a hack or a trick or what you want to call it to increase your scores at least twice a month just by utilizing those credit cards. But that's a whole nother subject. We'll get into that next time. All right, the next key aspect that determines your credit profile is number of accounts. Number of accounts account for 15% of your score. So being that it accounts for 15% of your score, that's a nice little bit, but not as much as the utilization or the payment history, but it still means a lot. So anytime that you have, the more accounts you have on your account, the better. So, 21 is the magic number, but if you don't have anywhere close to 21 accounts, don't worry about it. What I want you to do is just try to maintain the accounts that you do have responsibly, making those payments on time, keeping that utilization below a 30% threshold. Because it wouldn't make sense for you to add a new account if you couldn't afford it. Because then you would only get a late payment. And that would offset your progress going forward. All right. The next key aspect in terms of your credit profile is credit age, which accounts for 10% of your score. Credit age is simple. The longer you have credit reporting, the better. That's why anytime you open a credit card, you never let it close out. You open a mortgage, that looks very good on you because you can easily get 30 years of good payment history on your credit report. But like I say, credit age, the longer you have credit reporting, the better. So in the meantime, try to keep a good payment history over a long period of time. That helps strengthen the foundation of your credit profile. And last but not least, you have those pesky inquiries. Tongue tied a little bit. Those pesky inquiries. Inquiries account for 10% of your score as well. You only want to get 2 inquiries per year, but there's a difference on what kind of inquiries you get. You have what you call hard inquiries or hard pulls, or soft inquiries or soft pulls. So to differentiate, a hard inquiry could affect your score anywhere from 3 to 30 points. A hard inquiry, if anyone asks for your full social, that's a hard inquiry. Soft inquiry or soft pull doesn't affect your score at all. All right, soft inquiry, the financial institution only may ask for the last 4 of your social. Soft inquiry or soft pull doesn't affect your score at all. Other than that, if you have any questions, man, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, reach out to me in the comments. Also, join my business credit program. I will leave my information in the bio, but I thank you guys for your support, love, just being here and seeking knowledge. You know what I mean? So, again, this is Rodney Wilson of Wilson Financial & Son LLC, provided by the Gift of the Ride, a nonprofit organization that's financing this whole thing. We appreciate you guys as well. Shout out to you all. And until next time. Yo, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, join our newsletter to stay up to date on uncommon financial literacy knowledge.